you for joining us. I'm here with Shateka Husser. Did I
Yes.
pronounce that correctly? Yes, good.
Perfect.
Sh- Shateka is sponsoring the Generational Wealth Symposium, an event unlike any I've ever heard of before. She's bringing together experts to talk about how wealth is uh, transferred from generation to generation. And I know that is something that I'm really concerned about. And if you're really concerned about transferring your wealth to your future generations, Shateka is putting on this event for us. Shateka, why? Why are you doing this for free and feeding us a free brunch? It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, hilarious. So yeah, I really excited to do this only because I wanted to put on a symposium, much like what I would like to attend. And I
Mhm.
love to eat, for one. And two, well, that's the definition of a symposium, actually. A symposium means it's a conference with food. So
Okay.
I love brunch. It's my favorite meal of the day. So this is more breakfast than brunch, but it's still brunch because it's leading right into lunchtime. And we'll do that. Now, of course, I wanted to do this because I wanted to be able to have an opportunity to be able to allow the college students to have access to the information that I wasn't privy to when I
Mhm.
was in college, or at least when I left college, right? So many of us, especially in the minority community, don't know a lot about finances. It wasn't taught in our home. We didn't learn it at school, unless we majored in finance, of course, right? And then even then, it's kind of it's more corporate finance.
Mhm.
So I really wanted to empower the students around how they could, make more income while they're in school, if they want, but also be able to understand how finance works. And it's so much that they need to have exposure to that they don't have exposure to, unfortunately, normally at that age. And so my goal was to really make sure that they were empowered around financials and not make some of the mistakes that me and so many others have when we made a lot of money, but we didn't really manage it well. The whole preview of this was, excuse me, premise of this was to really have a uh, financially competent person there to be able to
Mhm.
help them with their questions and to help them with their budgeting and to help them with their financial management. But that was just one aspect of it. Maybe somebody's strong in that and they didn't necessarily need that. Well, they can do real estate investing because we have 4 tracks. So the first track is more of the I need help with my finances person, but the second track is more of literally can make money while I'm in college, by purchasing properties without having to put any money down. I could wholesale.
Yeah.
So we have Baltimore's best, someone who's actually an at-risk youth that is, giving back. He wants to see more people be empowered. And so he does this already. And why not use somebody that's already in the community, already trying to empower our people? And so I wanted to have him on, right? So Michael Green, excuse me. And so he'll be there. And then the other track is going to be around, if you have never owned a home, you want to purchase your first home. Maybe you own a home and you want to become a landlord. Well, there's one room that's going to be literally from home buyer to landlord. And so people can mix and match it however they want. It's 3 hours of breakout, sessions. So the first hour, they might be in a different room. But that particular room, like I said, is from home buyer to landlord. And then the fourth room is really around small business development. So how to brand yourself as an expert, digital marketing, as well as Forex trading or all types of trading, right? Because we can trade precious metals, indices,
Wow.
cryptocurrency,
Wow.
stocks, as well as all, currency itself, right?
Now, is
So
it
have
all
4 rooms going on at the same time, but they're 4 different tracks. And I wanted to be able to, again, I should say, provide the information that these students and veterans at the time would know, because I'm a
Mhm.
combat veteran. So I have a heart for veterans. So it's like veterans giving back to veterans, right? So I wanted to be able to empower students and veterans, excuse me, ideally around how they can build wealth for the generations to come. But it's not limited to just those 2 groups, of course. It's open to the general public. But that was my ideal target market when I first started this symposium. To answer your original question, why did I do
Right.
it?
Now, yeah, wow, that's amazing. Now, and it's not just for students. Now, what happens? They're all going on at the same time. Supposing I want to buy a house, but I'm really interested in Forex as well. Will I be able to participate in more than one, or do I have to choose a track and stick to it?
Well, you like I said, you can mix and match. Now, if you want to be, maybe learn about wholesaling, but you also want to learn about something else that's going on at the same time, we will possibly have the option. At this point, it's still undecided, because we're still trying to make our budget in terms of the videography. But possibly we will be able to, allow them to be able to purchase, that video.
Working out the budget with the videographer.
Yeah, that's the final thing, man. It's the final thing right now. So that's the vision.
Hardball. This is an instructional opportunity.
Yes.
Let's look at some of the stuff that you got here. This is the page, the Eventbrite page, where everyone should go to purchase their tickets. The Generational Wealth Symposium. Learn the secrets to developing a deeper relationship with money, where you build a greater discipline and strategy for generational wealth. Shateka, keep talking to me. How are you going to do that?
Yeah, so basically we want to make sure that we have the right people in the right rooms. So here you have the 10 components of wealth that we've identified that we want to be able to help you with, and that we partner with different speakers that have that, financial knowledge or that expertise in. And so we have very tenured speakers on here, right? So especially our broker who'll be helping you with home buying, and even how to leverage your debt and try to convert your debt to actual wealth by purchasing a home. Mr. Donnell Spivey himself, who has like 40 years of real estate. So, we have some of the best in the room. Exactly. And so, yeah, I plan to do that, having the best people in the room to help them accomplish what it is that they need to accomplish.
Yeah, this is a really, really impressive looking group led by you, Shateka. Tell us about you. Where are you from? You mentioned you were involved in the military. This is your website.
Yes, I was in the military, and I primarily was there for 7 years active duty, and then I went into corporate 13 years, and then now I've been a serial entrepreneur, I should say, for the last 3 years. So I'm still building. It's different for me, but we're working together. We're working it out. Because, coming from an environment like Walmart, where I was at one point, I was in charge of so many departments, 40 departments, that, I almost get bored just doing one thing. So I have to do multiple different projects at the same time. I'm just built that way.
God. And look at all these references, too. This is really, really impressive, Shateka. Really.
Thank you.
WOB. Coaching packages available, books available. I love books. That way you get to try before you buy. You check out the book and you say, yeah, she knows what she's talking about. But even then, now tickets are $0 to $180. So some people can give a donation if they choose to, or.
Absolutely. In fact, when they give a donation, we have 5 different prizes for them to choose from in terms of their raffle. We'll have 8 raffles going on. So if they decide they want to give $20 or more, they'll be entered into the raffle, which again, it'll be 8 raffles, and there's 5 different prizes to choose from. And those prizes are listed there. Excuse me. And so we actually have, we could talk more about that, but did you pull it up on there? You see it? You're on the website. So on the Eventbrite, it actually has, when you go to the donate button, it'll actually show you the 5 different items that'll be raffled off.
They're in here under donations. Can you see that?
Perfect. Yes, absolutely.
That is so clever, too. That really is. You really know what you're doing. I get the feeling you've done this before.
Goodness. Well, thank you. This is actually my first time. It was just an idea on August the 21st. So I actually was told that I was going to be doing a conference about 3 years ago, and I had no clue what type of conference. And I kept thinking, year after year, what conference, but I couldn't put my finger on it because I just didn't have anything that I felt that fit me. And honestly, it was like a light bulb that went off in my head. It's like, this is what I need to be doing. I'm really passionate about helping, especially those that came from maybe a disadvantaged background, to make sure that they're secure in their future. I'm all about generational wealth because we are supposed to, leave a legacy for the next generation. And not everybody has that mindset, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this as well. I wanted to also shift the mindsets of the, people here in Baltimore around giving them hope, that having only positive expectations around, I could build wealth. Just because I am here today and not necessarily in a financial, space that I want to be in, look at the unlimited possibilities. And let me give you all these different ways that you can build wealth and let you choose from what you feel like you might be most interested in. And then begin to start, partnering with other like-minded professionals that, and wealth mentors that you may be able to, form some type of bond with, maybe coordinate with, and relationships right after that. So the goal was really to just, can have a symposium that would connect people around this very, very popular topic, but also a solution to many, many people's pain points. Finances, if it's not right, you hear it, no finance, no romance, right? And so it can definitely break up relationships. It can break up homes.
Is that what my problem is?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
No,
but yeah,
no romance. You hear that, guys? This is why you got to show up on the 23rd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to get your whole finance, game together. So, yeah, I'm excited.
That's it. Yeah. February 23rd. It's a once in a lifetime event. 50 some years old, never heard anything like this before. I think if you miss it, gosh, I mean, you can get the videotape if we come to an agreement. But yeah, you can get the videotape.
That's funny.
But still, you really want to be there to exchange business cards, to shake hands, look people in the eye. And like we said, form other partnerships, listen to ideas that other people have, because, I harp on this so much, and I got this from the Gallup organization. It takes 3 people. You've got to have 3 elements to make an organization, a project work. You've got to have a person who's an expert. You've got to have a person who's an organizer to keep everybody on track. And you got to have somebody who provides resources. And so, those 3 are, anybody, whether you're Einstein, he still needed resources, even though he was an expert, even Nikola Tesla, or what's the guy who created the Tesla? Elon Musk. Is he coming to your conference?
Not yet. Not this one.
Yeah, he should be. He should be. But, even he combines all 3. But if somebody didn't keep him organized with all of his ideas and then monitoring and gathering his resources, you get distracted, into the other aspects of running your business. And so that's, the maturity, all the stages of running a business, kind of objectifying yourself and realizing that you're a business person and not really a baker or a house construction, flipper, landscaper, or whatever, So anyway, all that stuff is going to be discussed. You're going to be put on the track to success, to understanding finance. And it's a lifelong journey, it really is. So
the goal is for them to walk away. The goal is for them to walk away with a 1 to 10 year plan.
Yeah.
Financial
1 to 10 year plan. That's what it takes.
And they definitely will have a toolkit to walk away with as well.
Excellent. And a Rolodex, some business cards, and be sure to bring your business cards, if you come to this event, or at least have your electronic business card, cell phone thing set up beforehand, because it's going to be strictly business. November 23rd, Morgan State University, the Generational Wealth Symposium with brunch.
And travel prizes. And door prizes.
Travel prizes. Yeah, door prizes.
It's going to be awesome.
I know. Don't miss it. We'll see you there. Yeah, you get to see us there. Huh?
The one call of action prior to the event is to please share. Somebody needs this. 99% of people need this. There's only 1% of people that are investors that their money is making money for them in their sleep. So that means that there's 99% of people that, according to Warren Buffett, will be working until they die unless they figure out how to make money in their sleep. And so if you're in that 99%, it's only fair to tell somebody else. Sharing is caring. They say a closed mouth doesn't get fed, but a closed, communication doesn't, help others either, right? So let's be givers and not just takers. And so if you're getting a free event with all this great stuff, why not share it? That would be the right thing to do. So when you come with an expectation of what you're going to receive, you can come with an even greater expectation when you know that you have told other people about it. That's the right thing to do. That's just integrity.
It's true. It really is. And you each hold each other responsibility. And we're talking about digital ways of making money, things like Forex, digital media, business development. We're talking about real estate. And what were the other two? Answer any financial question you have, a consultant type thing. And what was the other one?
Money lady herself, Dr. Shirley Liu, who is voted the #1 small business owner in the Fairfax County and on the front of 3 magazine. If you want to know anything about money, Dr. Shirley Liu is a woman to help you. She knows money. In fact, she's going to tell you some mind-blowing things about money that you didn't know about, because even CEOs are hunting her down to bring her to their organization to help them structure plans for their compensation plans for their employees, because she's just that good. And so to have somebody of her caliber and you not access that, that's really the definition of poor. P stands for passing, O stands for over, the other O for opportunity, and then R for repeatedly. So passing over opportunities repeatedly spells out poor. We don't remain poor. We don't have that type of mindset. We have an abundance mindset. And so we're going to go expecting that we're going to be able to receive what we need around money management, money, understanding of money, and just, how to be a savvy person when it comes to money. Because if you're not, then it'll control you versus you controlling it. And right now, Shirley Lewis will argue most people down that they have no control of their money. They don't even know where it's going at. They don't understand the taxes and how to get the tax bracket of 0. She's going to explain so many amazing things around money. So she's challenged so many people on many levels, and she really is good at it.
So a chance to give back, to a community of people that you've gathered, people who are watching this webinar, who are interested in that kind of thing, and would really appreciate listening to her speak. You know what I mean? And so it benefits her as well, because she knows she's going to speak in front of a captive audience, people who have their business cards and digital business card readers already set up. And it's just going to be an awesome event. I mean, you can't go wrong by attending this. Most people don't even know what Forex is. And yet that's going to be explained and much more. By the way, Shateka, what is Forex?
Foreign exchange. So it's a shortcut for foreign exchange. But what it is the currency that we're talking about specifically. So exchanging one country's currency for another and making money off of it. So you can basically turn your phone into an ATM. Great question.
Wow.
So many people are trading on using their phone and making money. Rather the currency is going up or down. The same thing with the metals. Rather it's going up, rather gold is going up or down, rather Bitcoin is going up or down, whatever stock you're in. Yeah. So it really does help
high and buying low.
Yeah, absolutely. What we do already, but using maybe a third party, you can do it. You can learn the skill set. The whole thing about that is learning the skill set, so you can be able to pass it on to your children and let them teach the next generation. That can be a generational skill set that you have within your home, like the rich are doing. They're requiring some of them when their children graduate high school to be a millionaire from actually trading on their phones. They're requiring that of them.
Wait a minute, Shateka. You're telling me that while I'm on my cell phone, like waiting for the train or in a waiting room or something like that, and I'm on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, other people are making money?
Come on. Yes, they are. They make it hundreds per minute or even in hours. Hundreds, thousands, depending on how much money you have in there. Yeah. And so many people don't know. Only 13% of people know about this, and it's a $6.6 trillion industry. Now, the Wall Street is like billions, right? This is trillions. This is 12 zeros. So it's huge.
that makes the event worth attending right off the bat.
By,
And
by itself, right?
right, why would just that piece of information alone? And then why would someone do real estate with opportunities like this? I mean, you've got a real estate room. It seems like this room would just take over the whole thing.
Well, it's preference, right? So honestly, it is a skill set that is challenging. So when people look it up, they get intimidated because really about 3 to 5% of people do well and are successful at it,
Yeah,
because
you
it does
gotta have
require
the money to lose. Yeah.
yeah, it requires discipline. It requires patience. Okay, because if you're not that type of trader, you will lose your money. All right, so not everybody has that discipline, and so most people would rather just wait, the wait out with real estate, and having the weeks and the months, to work through that, and because they know that, they're familiar with that, they're comfortable with that, and a lot of people don't want to be stretched into a different comfort zone when it comes to Forex trading, but they already know a little bit about real estate to make them feel like they're dangerous. So they would rather just stick with that and just learn a little bit more and add on to it, because we are going to have the best of the best talking about real estate in all aspects.
All right, tell me about that group. I mean, tell me about the real estate group. That's really exciting. I mean, real estate is something that's definitely here. The Forex or the whole exchange could end, but people will always need a place to live, and they'll always have a tremendous value to them, hundreds of thousands of dollars, because they're everything to people. And so, tell me about your real estate track.
So, right. So I mentioned already Michael Green. He's the one that's going to be talking about wholesaling. So he's the best of the best. Once an at-risk youth, now flipping 100 properties, over 100 properties per year. So he's done 1,156 properties in the last 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we now have Mr. Mark Owens, who'll be talking about mindset. He was homeless, sleeping in abandoned buildings here in Baltimore, and now owns over 100 properties as a landlord. So he'll be telling you how if you shift your mindset, you can shift your life. He'll be talking about that in a little more detail.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
Mark Owens. And then, of course, you'll have Janet Tompkins, who's also going to be in the room, but she'll be in a different room. Her and Donnell Spivey will be in the same room, because Donnell Spivey will kick it off about, becoming a first-time home buyer or just a home buyer. And he'll pass the baton to Janet Tompkins, who will be talking about landlording, and not only landlording, but landlording multiple properties. So Janet Tompkins, as well as Mark Owens, are landlords in their own right. But she's the one that's teaching, and she actually teaches that for the Baltimore area as well. And she just knows her stuff. I mean, her and her husband, they do a lot with contracting and things of that nature with the city. I mean, they have some major projects going on. I mean, they do commercial real estate as well. But for the purpose of this, she'll be talking about, how to be a successful landlord. Many people shun it. They don't want to be a landlord. They hate it because, the experiences that they've had in the past. She's going to help them to be a savvy investor when it comes to landlording, and how she's able to sustain most of her tenants. She has a very low turnover, for her tenants.
Wow, that sounds like an incredible event. And, from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you really want to try to get into things that are going to make money over time, like landlording,
Yep.
as opposed to buying boats and airplanes and diamond rings and all those other things that don't really, they're just money holes. So that'll be really, really exciting to learn. Shateka, it's just an amazing thing that you're offering. I can't see why people wouldn't want to take advantage of this and learn from it. I just thank you on behalf of, everybody in the city and Morgan State University. And of course, I'm happy to be a part of this. I'm so proud of what we're doing and happy to help. So
yeah, we're excited to see this happen right before the holidays and to get ready for 2020.
November 23rd. It starts at what time?
10:15 is brunch, and then we'll go right into our breakout rooms at 11 o'clock.
All right. And you've got to get the tickets on the Eventbrite site. We'll have a link below this video.
Very good.
Yep. You're taking the time. Husser, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say we have a few seats. So we want to make sure that they get in while we still have seats available. While they're complimentary, we do have a limited amount of seats.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, folks. We'll see you there. November 23rd, Morgan State University. I'll be there at 10 o'clock, probably earlier. Brunch starts at 10:15, so you'll want to get there at 10 o'clock. Business cards in hand, ready to learn something, paper and pencil. It's going to be unlike
Bananas.
anything you've seen before, for real. All right.
I'm
Thanks
so
again,
excited.
Tika.
Thank
All
you.
right.
I appreciate this opportunity.
Not a problem. Appreciate you. Thanks.